Hello, and hope we're having a fine and wonderful day, huh? Well, I was sitting and thinking, which that is a dangerous thing to do for me, huh? Very dangerous, huh? I shouldn't be sitting around thinking. But anyway, I was going to bring out some brown bess musket, stuff like that, but I don't have a lot of room down here, and it's a lot easier to do a pistol. So I said, hey, why not get the British light cavalry dragoon pistol in the 1759 model. Take that down there. Yes. And of course, you know, somebody said, are those things loaded? And I got all paranoid, so now I'm like, no. Right? We dare to keep them that way, huh? So, yep. Anyway, a little cheapy ramrod. And that one there's a little bit loose. It'll work its way out if you're not careful, huh? So, anyway, the reason I got this out is because, well, I want to watch this. I want to see some sparks. That's why. You do? Well, let's see some then, huh? Let's see where the spark goes in these. Turn off the light, huh? That always helps. Will the spark go into the pan? Let us see. By golly, I would say it probably did, huh? Looked like it to me from over here. That was a pretty big spark. Anyway, George Rex, Crown, Towers, British Light Dragoon Cavalry Pistol from 1759. Well, the subject of this wasn't really that pistol, but the subject was, here, check it out for yourself, huh? See what you think. The subject was, a little frizzen, huh? Nice. Fits right on her. It's a nice fit, I'd say. It's a nice fit. It's a safety feature. Yes. Well, let's get back to the point. All right, so what I was doing, I was sitting and thinking, which is a mighty dangerous thing for me to do, right? So, what was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking about the video we did about, what do you call that? Metal, about the quality of the steel and stuff in the muskets and everything. We talked about the quality of steel between the India muskets and the stuff they're using to make modern day firearms and stuff like that. And I got this issue that happened to come along back in the summer, and we were doing the you know, the 3-minute or 3 shots per minute drill. I don't know if you've ever done that or not, but 3 shots per minute drill where you gotta and we were using the paper cartridges. Yes, the paper cartridges, you know, and you had to get 3 shots off in a minute, and one of us was doing the timing and the other one was you know, tearing off the paper and doing the pan and putting the powder down the barrel, and you know, 3 shots a minute, right? We were doing that, and I don't know if we got 3 shots off per minute or not, but there was a big notice in the situation. Saying, what did you notice? What did you notice? Don't keep me in suspense, huh? Tell me. Well, what did we notice? Well, we had 2 guns when we were doing that. We had a Pedersoli 2nd model brown bess musket, and we had the 1st model wooden ramrod brown bess musket. Both those muskets. The original 1st model brown bess doesn't have a metal nose cap, nothing like that. Got the wooden ramrod. It's the 1st model. She when you let's see, how can I explain it? It's a very beautiful piece, right? But the Pedersoli, you know, the craftsmanship on those is magnificent. You do pay the extra $1, big time, but if you want the perfect, nice, well-machined firearm, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, needless to say, we're doing the 3-minute drills, right? And I'm cranking away, pow, and I'm loading, and pow, and I'm loading, going as fast as I can. And as I'm going along, shooting it, there's one thing that happens. Can you guess what it is? That's the question. Can you guess what happens to it? If you start cracking her off 3 rounds per minute, if you can get that many in, you know, I'm not the fastest guy in the land. But I noticed that, you know, I really didn't notice a lot at that time. And I just kept doing it until we shot through all 20 rounds or whatever we had in our cartridge box. And then it was time to do the Pedersoli one. So what I did with it was I took the old Pedersoli and started doing it. Well, I can't recall exactly how many rounds I made it through, but it wasn't very many, right? Not very many out there. Pow, tearing off the paper and tearing off the paper. Yeah, you get the picture, right? Huh? You've seen it 150,000 times probably, right? But anyway, something happened. Now, guess what? If there was a competition between the India musket and the Pedersoli musket in 3 rounds per minute, and I could be a clone of myself doing them both at the same time, which one do you think would win the 3 shots per minute competition? On a time clock. 20 rounds, paper cartridge, all shot off. You're supposed to get 3 in a minute. If you don't make it, that's all right, because it's time from 0 to whenever you get done. What is going to happen that's going to make one of those 2 firearms become extremely difficult to finish the competition? You know what it is? Well, I noticed it right away because I couldn't hardly hold on to the daggone thing. As I was trying to crank out them shots 3 rounds per minute, the Pedersoli got so daggone hot and everything, I couldn't even hold on to it. It was just too hot to hold. If you touch the metal and it burns you. I mean, it's hot. I mean, really hot. Too hot to hold on to. That's a fact. What? Guess what? The India-made musket was warm to the touch. It never got so hot that you couldn't keep going, and it never disrupted you from being able to keep trying to get them 3 rounds out per minute. Where with the Pedersoli, it was like, oh man, and you know, you'd have to stop. I mean, you know, you had to try to keep your hands on the wood because you couldn't touch none of that barrel. Oh my goodness, it'd burn you really good. So I noticed that, and so we did that. Talking about the metal, using it in modern firearms like your carrier bolts, your AR-15, your car transmissions, all that kind of stuff. You know, so if you're looking at those 2 different types of metal, you're going to talk about heat transfer, right? So I would say, with one of the gentlemen that commented on the metal stuff down there and filled us in on some of the details of what they're using, that the inner workings of the engine, the inside metals of your cars and everything, I'd say in India they're recycling that stuff and making your parts for these muskets with them, because this stuff here makes sense, does it not, that the engine parts have to transfer heat. They can't get too hot or they will burn up, and goodbye transmission, goodbye motor, right? Okay, so I'd say more than likely that's the kind of steel these are. They're transferring heat. Now with the Pedersoli, I'm not sure what they're using for theirs. I know that they get, I don't know, you just can't hold on to it. It's too hot. It'll shut you down. So anyway, I was thinking about that when we was talking about the metals and stuff like that. What's a good example of what's going on with some of this metal? And you know, when it comes to the barrel on the India-made musket, and it comes to the barrel on the old Pedersoli, I can tell you that if shooting 3 rounds per minute or shooting as fast as you can, 20 rounds or so, probably the person using the India-made musket, providing everything else is equal, which it seems to be in most cases, right, will take the field, so to speak, right? Because it just doesn't get hot enough to where you can't keep loading and shooting. Where the Pedersoli is like, oh man, you like, oh, you can keep going, but you better not touch that barrel because it'll make you stop. It is hot, and I do mean hot. Okay, so that's what I had. That's what I was thinking of. So I come down here. I said, you ought to dress up and throw on a bunch of fancy clothes. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like it. You don't feel like it, eh? Well, you should do it anyway. Yeah, because I am funner to watch myself if I'm dressed up. I'm like, who the heck is that guy, right? So, I got this top hat on now. Yes, I do. Oh, I need some good gnarly teeth and stuff and put some black under my eyes and I could be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yes, sir. That could be. It's upstairs watching that television series Turn. Watch a little bit of that. If you've seen that, have you? There's something to watch in the old 18th century time period, eh? So, got some battles and stuff in it that don't look too bad. But, yep. Terrible, terrible, terrible. What? That's how she goes. Well, here she is, the old British dragoon. Isn't she beautiful? Ah, yes, she is. And, woohoo! We like it. Hey, this here thing here, this just takes a couple. I put this on here. Normally it's just a screw, right? But I put this on there. Bought this brass cap. I put it on there and it goes through, the screw goes through it and it's got a ring on it with threads and you just turn it on there. It goes about a turn and a half or so. And I was kind of scared that I would lose this here cap. I'd be out shooting, I'd come back in and, oh, me cap's gone. You never find it probably, right? You never find it, it's gone. So, what are you gonna do now? Well, you can order another pack of them, I suppose, but I thought, no, I know what I'll do. I'll put a little bit of fingernail polish on it and that'll hold it on there, and I did that. Well, I had a little dinghy I wanted to try to straighten out on one, which I didn't do because the butt cap is, I think it's maybe wood puttied on a little bit, huh? So I couldn't get it off of the pistol I was trying to get it off of. But that cap, oh, I didn't want to booger it up or nothing. So getting that off of there with a little fingernail polish on it, it's on there. I don't believe you're going to lose it, right? But what I did is I took some duct tape, and I took the duct tape and I wrapped it around this a couple times so it's on there. And then I took a pair of pliers, like channel lock, not really channel locks, but like vice grip pliers or regular pair of pliers, and open it in the notch where they don't close all the way. You know, like regular pliers, you can make them close all the way, or you can set it where it's like that. And it was like that. And then I got on there and got a hold of it and give it a little turn, and it broke right loose and came off. But always remember that tip. If you don't want to lose something, you want to make it stick in there. A little fingernail polish, eh? That works good. So, well, before I sign off here, let me do another testing of the flint. You know, I haven't napped these flints or anything. This one's fairly sharp. It's a fairly sharp flint here, and it gives me a chance to say, "Let's spark the prison and steel." Right? Ha ha ha! Yeah, he likes to say that, do he? This is a nice pistol. Oh, it's got some marks on top of it too. So it's a little, I don't know what they are, a little crown and X and a couple other things. She's got 1, 2, 3 marks on top of the barrel. Wedding band now. Very nice. They say if you take these and hold them up and look, I would suspect the lock has to be off of it to do it. That this prison should seal on the top of the pan. That way, if you're out in the rain, you don't have to worry about, you know, your powder getting wet, right? So let's see what we got here. I see this flint is very bowed in the middle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very bowed in the middle. And it looks like, oh, I don't know, it ain't hitting 100%, but it's getting on there good enough to turn the light out. It makes it more prettier. And see if this goes in the pan too. Oh, I would say there's no reason that I wouldn't have had boom, boom, both times I've tested it, baby. Aha, yes. I would have had 2 booms, because she would have went off, eh? Unless I forgot to put the powder in, then she'd just go. Hey, if you're having a lot of trouble and you're using Pyrodex and stuff like that, that's why you don't get a quick ignition on your stuff. I see people talking and they're learning this stuff and getting out, trying to figure it out and everything, and it's like, I don't get it. You know, I can't get quick ignition. What's going on? Well, you know, the old Schützen powder is what we've been using. I keep saying Swiss, but it's actually Schützen. And we got some homemade powder, and it's okay in the barrel and for percussion caps. I see people make homemade powder and they test it with percussion cap rifles. Not a good test. It's the pan. Right here, this pan, that's where the test is. Because you need that quick flash and boom. And you'll get that with your Swiss, Schützen, Goex, those powders there. I use a 2F powder. That's what I use with mine. So, yep, you'll get that pretty quick. I would say both times that would have went off. Maybe you'd agree, maybe you'll disagree, huh? Well, hey, you know, what can I say? But it certainly looked like that was a lot of spark, huh? I could shoot that. I think I shot that one day. I might have a video on it, one of my old videos. I think I shot it. I think it was pretty reliable, I do believe, as far as going off goes. But yeah, I don't want to spend no a fortune in flints. Spit it out, I say. I don't want to spend a fortune in flint. So I don't like to nap them like a couple shots and nappy, couple shots and nappy. I did watch a video where he said that the flint was reliable for 40 shots. And some will say, well, you can get 50 shots out of that. But if it's hitting right and everything and it's set pretty good, the flint will last you for a while. It doesn't, and sometimes it just needs a readjustment. And that's it. So let me get off of here. I'm a long-winded fella. Talk 1, 2, 3. Gosh knows how many times I've talked too long, eh? He's talked too long, he's boring me. Well, you don't want to bore yourself now, do you? I never believed in getting bored. There's always plenty of stuff to do. Believe you me. I got a list like, wah-ha! Yeah, I could do all kinds of stuff. I could spend my whole day cleaning and straightening stuff up and all that. And fill up me dumpster, I could. But, as soon as I throw something away, I need it. Like I was going through some stuff and I was cleaning up my bench and threw a bunch of stuff in the trash, and then I found a project I was working on. And then I said, whoa, I like to finish that. So I started working on it. And stuff that I needed for that project, I had to dig through the trash to get out like some springs and some other stuff that I just threw away, which was exactly what I needed for that project, which what I could not find. I know I got it somewhere, and I couldn't find it. So I stopped the project and looked and didn't run across it. So I said, well, when I run across that stuff, I don't finish the project, right? Well, I ran across it, but I didn't know, didn't realize I'd had a project and a need for it. So I just threw it all away. I'm like, I'm cleaning out, getting rid of stuff. I ain't keeping all this. I just threw it all away. But guess what? Yep, I became a trash picker. That's right, a trash picker. I had to pick through the trash to get me daggone springs and parts and stuff to go back on the project and work on it. Yep. That's how she went. That's how she happened. So I'm looking around and I didn't know. I really can't think of anything else right offhand. That was mainly what I wanted to talk about, was the heat transfer of the steel between the Pedersoli and the Indian musket. Let me tell you, the Indian musket transfer heat, and you can just keep cracking them off. It'll get warm, no doubt about that, but it won't get too warm to where you can't hold on to your musket or you'll drop it because, it's so hot. You'll say, "Ooh, wow, that's pretty warm." But with the Pedersoli, you'll be saying, "Ouch," and you'll drop the thing, if you don't want to get burned or get your hand off of it really fast. So, but that's a fact. So if you got each of those, you can run that test yourself and say, "I'm going to try that test. I think you're crazy." Well, I could be, huh? Yes, I could be. It could be crazy, huh? It could be. So anyway, yes, a beautiful piece. Take a look at it, huh? Oh, I like looking at those. I do too. Wish I had some light I could shine down the barrel. You could look down in there. Can't play no tunes on. I thought maybe if it made a nice sound, I could take my pistols and set them up on one of them racks and go across the pipes and play a tune, huh? Yeah, don't seem to work. Well, that's a bummer. Hey, this thing here does have a really nice trigger, though. Did you look at that trigger? Did you check that trigger out? It's a nice trigger on that. Very nice. It's a pretty nice little piece of equipment. I'm not a fan of these push pins through the wood and stuff, but that's the way they were made. And like I talked before, a wise thing to do would probably get you some replacement pins that's made out of some good carbon steel. Round them up real good so you can just press them in there, because these ones here, just pushing them in, they are so soft that they tend to flatten out a wee bit. And if they do that and they get a little bit of a lip on it, you're going to booger your wood up. And it doesn't make you feel good when you booger the wood up on your $450 firearm, right? About what they cost. So you pay that kind of money, you like to keep her nice and good looking, huh? I'd say. All right, let me get off of here. I'll go and get me some more coffee. I had some coffee. I was sitting and drinking it and watching the old Turn TV series. So I thought, well, why not go down and talk about that a wee bit, shoot a video. So I did, and now it's time to go, huh? Where are you gonna go? Oh, what if you watch that Turn some more? Well, maybe I'll put on Gilligan's Island or Star Trek. It's hard to say. I shall entertain myself, I shall. Or maybe I'll just get the old Murdoch out and polish on it, huh? Oh my goodness. You polish it away until there's nothing left. You know? Imagine you got a gun made out of soap and you're gonna polish it, right? How long would it last? Not very long, right? All right, well, silliness away, my friends. Hope you're having a great day and enjoying yourself, and looking forward to, it's cold outside. It's like in the 20s. I don't know if it hit 19 this morning. It's pretty chilly and cold outside. The sun was out. It looks like a really nice day, but it's pretty cold. Heavy frost last night, and I think we had some snow too. But anyway, that's the way it is in January, huh? It's winter time. Ja, das ist Winter. All right, man. Be cool and try to enjoy yourself, whatever you can get into, and thanks the Lord for all his blessings, huh? All right. Lord Jehovah God in heaven. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a good feeling. That's what it is. So, trying to stay away from all the worldly junk is hard to do because they just keep throwing it out in your face, one thing after another. You know, when I was young, I was too busy playing with my old chickens and stuff like that, and I just didn't pay attention to anything else. But now I'm older, and I see things affecting me. I tend to say, "Hey, wait a minute," you know. So, should try to get involved more in the community doing stuff, right? That would be good. Instead of just sitting around here tiddlywinking me old fingers. Tiddlywinking, twiddling your thumbs, twiddling your thumbs, twiddling your thumbs. Oop, ah! Right. All right, well, hey, we'll see you. Got to go. Can't seem to sign off, can you?
You're just yakking and yakking and yakking. Why don't you shut up and get your face off the old camera, huh?
Yeah, why don't you? Right.